What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. Hey man, before we get into anything in this video, make sure that you like and share it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get all updates. Hit the post notification bell. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Hey man, y'all cutting up out here now. Y'all straight cutting up at this point, man. What's going on with this whole Capitol Grille situation, man? So there's this viral video that's going on. It's been viral for about 2 days. I just saw it today where this young man, I guess, it was his second date with a young tender. And he decided that he wanted to invite her out to Capitol Grille. For those of y'all that may not know about Capitol Grille, it's basically like a steakhouse. They serve high-end food. I think the lowest shit on their menu as far as an entree is concerned is maybe like $35. And that's just for like some basic chicken breasts and some risotto and shit like that. The steaks and everything can be $50 or more. Then they got lobster mac and all that type of stuff. Looks like good food, but apparently he enticed her with this invitation to go to the Capitol Grille. When she showed up, he had a home-cooked meal waiting on her. Looked like he made her some steaks, some mashed potatoes, and some broccoli. Doesn't look like a bad meal, to be honest. He got candlelight on the table. I don't know, he got some wine glasses that look like they got red Kool-Aid. Now, I don't know if it was red Kool-Aid. I don't know if he made hunch punch and put that motherfucker in there. You know what I'm saying? But in the video, you can see that she's kind of like picking over her food. She's basically accusing him of meal fishing her. You know what I'm saying? Basically giving her the bait and switch. She was expecting something totally different than what he delivered. He said that he did not trick her. She says she expects a man to be a man of his word, in which he's saying that is exactly who I am. I never told you we was going to Capitol Grille. I said I'd like to take you some time. That don't mean that I'm taking you today. Okay, if you've already seen it, that's all good, but I'm gonna go ahead and run it for the one time on y'all real quick so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, and then we'll come right back.
Eating my dinner.
So that means what? You do not keep your word, right?
I do keep my word.
You do not keep your word.
If I didn't keep my word,
if
I didn't keep my word, how did I keep it?
If you don't have it, just say you don't have it.
I absolutely have it.
Actually tell me and have me expect maybe, okay, I don't have it, I'm gonna cook something cute for her, she might like it. No, but you have to come over here expecting we're going somewhere, and we're not actually going. I don't like that. I don't. I can have do more for me than what you want to be. No.
Well, guess what? Guess what? You're with me right now, okay?
I'm with you right now.
Yes, we are on a date right now.
Exactly.
They didn't make the cut, and I did.
Right? I'm with you right now.
They must have not did something right. I didn't lie to you about anything.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You told me we was going to the Capitol Grille.
And we will go to the Capitol Grille, but I decided to cook for you this time.
I need you to stick by your word.
I do.
You're not.
I always stick by my word.
No, you're not. No, you are not.
You were just over here complaining. You haven't even had one bite of this food.
I don't want to have.
You haven't even taken one bite out of it.
I expected to have.
Wow.
I expected more.
You shouldn't be expecting stuff so early on.
You shouldn't be lying to me so early.
I didn't lie.
You shouldn't be lying to me so early.
I didn't lie about anything.
I'm here for a reason, right?
This is the second date.
I'm here for a reason, right? I'm here for a reason,
yeah,
right?
because you want to be here.
I expected to go to the Capitol, the Grille. Okay, I want to go out. I want to stay in.
The Capitol,
you should have told me that. You should communicate.
I communicated
like
with
men
you.
too, like these y'all
Exactly.
don't communicate. Y'all want to say that y'all have so much, y'all don't. I can really have to pull up and take me where I need to go for real.
Why don't you go with them then?
Okay.
Why don't you go with them?
You're right.
Since they are so much better than me, then why don't you go with them?
It's not better. It's about them keeping the stack and you keeping the zero.
I kept it.
That's what it
This
is.
is my house. I own this house.
Okay. You own this house?
Yes, I own this house.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And I decided
to own a house. You can keep your word too.
I absolutely can.
Like you signed the lease, the mortgage. You can.
You are ungrateful. You are ungrateful.
I'm not ungrateful.
You're ungrateful.
You are a liar.
You are ungrateful. I ain't lie about nothing. You're ungrateful.
You're false. You probably
forget it. You know what? Yeah, just forget it. Just give me my food back. Give me my food back. I will cook it for another woman. That she'll be appreciative. Because you know what? You ain't the woman for me.
All right, y'all. There y'all have it. The foolishness, the ratchetivity. Number one, I'm siding with the lady on this one. I'm not going to lie to y'all, okay? For all y'all out there that want to call me a simp, whatever it is, that's perfectly fine. It is perfectly fine. But the whole thing is, it's about honesty. It's about being transparent. It's about being clear on what you're talking about, right? If you say that you're going to do that, and if that's the impression that she was under, you should deliver on that. Now, if you didn't have it, and she said, it's okay if you don't have it, you could have just said that. We could have done something else. You could have did something cute, which means that she wasn't really judging him based on what his financial situation was, where he was able to take her, or whatever the case may be. He made the suggestion of Capitol Grille. He's the one that fed that idea into her psyche. He gave her a false hope and a false pretense. So I have to side with the young lady. Number two, going past misleading piece, right? The food looked cold as shit. Ain't no way a steak supposed to look that motherfucking dry if somebody supposed to be eating it right now. That shit look dry as hell, man. It ain't, you don't see no you don't see no butter fizzling off that motherfucker. You see some grill marks. It wasn't cooked poorly. You don't see no goddamn aromatics coming off that like shit look like it been sitting out for about an hour. Again, I'm not understanding the wine glasses that look like they got it looked like Kool-Aid. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It looked like motherfucking Kool-Aid. It could be some Tropicana in there. It could be, one of them little punches, Sunny Delight, some shit like that. But definitely don't look like wine in the glasses. So that was also another infraction. You gotta deduct points on my homeboy off of that one. I gotta give a little pushback on the young lady though, because then she started talking about how she has other guys that would have pulled up and taken her elsewhere. I don't like how you try to threaten this man or try to reduce his manhood or make him feel insecure about the situation, because it's like, oh, what you won't do in this situation, I could have somebody else doing that for me. That's not cool. You know what I mean? And again, this is a very intense argument for a so-called second date. This is leading into my third point. I think this shit faker than fake, faker than fake. You know what I'm saying? Faker than a Steph Curry pump fake. You feel me? Because ain't no way this is your second date or second interaction with somebody and y'all arguing like this. Then it's on camera. You feel me? And that's what I don't be understanding. There's a lot of stuff that's being staged for social media purposes, trying to make it look like it's real. Unless this dude got a GoPro attached to his motherfucking chest or somewhere on his body, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no way that y'all sitting there arguing about this stale ass meal with him holding his camera out and she's still engaging with you arguing. Most times you pull a camera out on a woman, she gonna shut the fuck down, she gonna walk out, she gonna cover her face. It's so many numerous things that would take place when she see you done put the camera out on her, especially a black woman. She was way too comfortable going at your head in front of this camera. Y'all had a countdown, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay? Get this shit out of here. But just using the situation as a launching pad for the conversation, you should never mislead somebody if you can help it. Clearly, she didn't have any issue coming to your home. If we're going off of this scenario, right? Because I do believe it's fake, but clearly she didn't have any issue coming to your home. So if you would have just stated that was what was happening, that you were doing a home cooked dinner situation, she probably would have accepted it and probably would have eaten that hard ass steak, probably would have drunk your Hawaiian punch in a glass, and everything would have been fine. Y'all might have had a good evening. Probably wouldn't have got none of the mushu if you was looking for it, but that is perfectly fine. You can't go in with that expectation from the jump anyway. Number 2, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm not trying to be harsh, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not sure if her attire was exactly par of the course for a Capitol Grill evening. I ain't never walked up in that motherfucker, but I do know that former Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms was not admitted entry into the Capitol Grill, and she was the motherfucking mayor of the city. They said that she did not have proper dress code. So for what she's got on here, this might work at the Red Lobster. This might work at maybe 75 to 80% of any restaurant you go to, but I don't know if it's Capitol Grill worthy. I'm just saying. Point number 4, I know this nigga voice from other social media videos. I know this shit is fake for a fact. But this video is circulating online. There's people saying if Ungrateful was a person. Some people are saying there's no way she could have sat in my house without me kicking her out before we even got to this point. There's a lot of women out there that are saying that they would have preferred the home cooked meal. They don't like being around a lot of people. They don't like getting dressed up to be out in public. So for all you men out there, you know what I'm saying, y'all be trying to downplay the women that's out here. It seems like there's more women out here that are okay with dealing with your situation than you would actually think. Perhaps it's the ones you're looking and chasing after that don't want to do the things that you want to do, but you might want to start looking in your bracket. And when I say bracket, I'm not talking about financial. I'm not talking about status. I'm just saying you need to like the motherfuckers that like you. You know what I mean? You gotta pick from the pool of motherfuckers that's interested in some of the same things that you interested in. That's why we have different restaurants. Some people want to go to the Crab Shack. Some people want to go to the Red Lobster. Some people want to go to the upscale spot. And depending on each day, you may switch up and go to a different one, depending on what your budget looking like. Maybe you got paid on Friday. This is a special treat. Sometimes you waiting on that next check to hit. You say, hey, we got to make it like this. You got to deal with somebody that is willing to understand whatever that looks like. She wanted the Capitol Grill, man. You got to take her to the Capitol Grill. You got to make it up to her. You know what I'm saying? Y'all recording videos, y'all arguing, but really you was in the wrong because you did not tell her, hey, change your plan. Could have called her before she came to your house. Could have called her the day before, like, hey man, it ain't really bracking over here. Goddamn PayPal done hit me with a couple of them pending charges I wasn't expecting. My goddamn bank account, something done came out I wasn't looking forward to. Change your plans. We ain't gonna be able to do it. Let's reschedule. How about that? Don't just hit the old switcheroo on somebody, because y'all know how y'all feel when the switcheroo get done to y'all, and you know what I'm talking about. And the last thing I'm gonna say, man, there's nothing wrong with a home cooked meal, but you got to do it right. Again, there was no aromatics. There ain't no garlic butter bubbling off of these steaks, man. If you're gonna do the home cooked meal situation, you know what I'm saying, make sure that you're doing it right. Make sure that your food looks appetizing. Make sure that it's appealing to the eye. Make sure that when she tastes it, it's gonna be something that she remember. You feel me? Coming from somebody who actually really enjoys cooking, I took it upon myself to teach myself how to cook because I was in a financial crunch years ago. And in order to eat the way that I wanted to, I had to learn how to make the things that I wanted to eat. Because when you go to some of these restaurants, you're going to pay $25, $30 for a meal when you could get 25. I mean, this is years ago now, 25, 30. You could spend $50, you know what I'm saying, and get you some food for the week. You cook that shit, you prepare it right, you ration it out, you play the game smart. Now, this is about 4-5 years ago I'm talking about. $50 went a long way in the grocery store. Today, not so much. You're going to have to take your ass to Aldi's instead of Kroger. But it's a certain way that you can play it, man. It's also going to be indicative of your personality, how you come across, the way you speak, the way you present yourself. You know what I'm saying? All of these things play a role. So for you guys out there, man, he said you expecting things too early. And I understand that perspective. I've got people that think this same way. I don't always agree with it. Everybody comes into things in their own time. And man, I think when you start to get older, you start trying to meet a woman that's going to be of a certain quality, that's going to bring a certain quality into your life. You're definitely going to have to upgrade your mentality. You're definitely going to have to upgrade how you see things. She's going to challenge you. I've been challenged in my relationship to have to step up to the plate in different ways. Hey man, I get it. But at the end of the day, most women in this world, man, if you putting up some type of effort, she see that you working, see that you doing things, seeing that you're trying to, bring joy into her life in so many ways, most of them are appreciative. And I want to go ahead and say, if you find somebody that's not willing to be appreciative, cut them off. Don't try to convince them to like or love you. You ain't got to do none of that. Again, deal with people that's on your wave so that you ain't got to go through these types of problems. But next time, at the very minimum, let me teach you a little trick, homie. This shit look cold. If you gon' heat it up, make sure that you cover it. You know what I'm saying? My dude showed me years ago, all you gotta do is wet the paper towel. You feel me? Wet the paper towel before you put it in the microwave. Or you could put a wet paper towel over that motherfucker in the oven, and then you put some foil on top of it. It's gonna secure that moisture. It's gonna keep it, you know what I mean, delectable the way you want it, man. You can't just be throwing this shit in the microwave with nothing on top. You can't be throwing this shit in the oven with nothing on top. You got to preserve the moisture. You might want to even put that motherfucker back on the skillet with some hot butter. You know what I'm saying? Let that thing heat up for about 30, 45 seconds. Make sure it's nice and hot and sizzling. You put that motherfucker back on there. Do what you got to do. Reserve it. He said he gonna cook this meal for somebody else. He gonna kick her out because he owned his crib and he don't like the way he talking to her. I'm trying to understand why it took you so long to get to that point. Let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments, man. Be sure to like and share this video. If this your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell for all updates. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Don't go out sad like this dude, man. Listen to what I'm telling you in this video. I'm not no dating guru. I would never propose myself to be, but just take a little word from the wise. Peace. Beautiful people, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed the content. Make sure that you're liking and sharing these videos. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the post notification bell so you get all updates. For all of my artists, my artist managers, songwriters, producers, etc. If you need a little bit of extra help with your career, man, make sure that you visit pengameelite.com, okay? That's my website and my community for all upcoming rising music creators. I got 2 books on there, the Pen Game Portfolio Volume 1 and 2. They're going to give you a lot of insights into the music industry, how to monetize your career, how I make my money off of music, because I am a full-time artist outside of doing YouTube videos. If you need some direct help, you can also book a consultation with with me on the Pen Game Elite website. And I also have a Pen Game Elite membership. The free tier gives you access to all of these videos that I post on YouTube and a community of people where you can engage. But I do have the membership plus, okay? You can join that for $50 a month or $500 a year. And I will actually go in and do all of the grunt work for you. If you're not registering your songs on your PROs, if you're not with Song Trust or the MLC, if all your collection agencies and all of that stuff are not up to par or up to date, I will go in there and update all of that for you. If you need help uploading your music to a distributor like DistroKid, United Masters, etc., and you've been making mistakes, you've been claiming content ID on material that you really don't own, hey man, stop stealing people's money. If you do this stuff the right way, you're gonna make it anyway, okay? You can join the membership plus, and again, I will do the work for you, and you're gonna get a free consultation every month just for joining. You're also gonna get the 2 books for free soon as you join the membership plus. All right, much love and respect. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.